What's up, lovers? How are you doing today? Today I am making a video about 16 behaviors, men behaviors, that make the women run away. You scare them. You scare them, and you go on a date and you thought everything went well, and you're like, well, she never called me back. She never texted back. What's going on? She ghosted me. She don't want to talk to me anymore, and you have no clue. No clue what happened during that date, but she was like, yeah, I can't fuck with you. And she was like, I don't even need to let you know. I just don't fuck with you. I'm gonna ghost you. All right, so before we start, I wrote a book. It's called The Ultimate Love Cheat Code. You can find it at shopmelimonaco.com. It's about all the tricks and tips that I give you on a regular. You can find them all in a book, or have a course. It's on that same website. And with the course, you get a 20-minute video call with yours truly. Yes, so go over there for me, please. Also, if you just want to, I don't know why I be throwing this book. Also, if you just want to have a conversation with me, you can head to my Patreon at www.patreon.com/MelliMonaco, and we can talk. We can talk. Just me and you. It's not recorded. It's very confidential. Just me and you. Yes. So that's what you can do if you need a little more than what I'm giving you in those videos. All right, so you went on a date, never heard back from her. Why? Number one, you were being cheap on that date, and she cannot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm telling you, I'm not like money hungry like this, because I make my own shit. But a man who is being cheap with a woman that he might potentially see as a wife or something like that, I'm gonna tell you, like, why you're so cheap. And again, I know it depends, because maybe you're trying to save up for yourself to buy a house or for bigger plans. I get it. And I'm not telling you go splurge on the bitch. That is not what I'm saying. But something very easy. You're at the restaurant and you want some extra chicken on your salad, and the server comes and tell you extra chicken is $7 extra, and you're like, oh no, I'll pass. I'm not saying you're wrong, because $7 is expensive for a little piece of extra chicken. I get you. But you shouldn't even put yourself in that situation where you're going to be like, oh no, I cannot afford, or I do not want to spend, because sometimes you have it, you just feel like it's not worth the money. So you're like, no. But to us, it's going to register that this motherfucker wanted some extra chicken, and because it was $7, he said, no, you're cheap. Maybe we're wrong for thinking that, but that's how we're gonna feel. So again, you know me, I'm not telling you, show her you're a millionaire, you're rich, or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But you cannot be cheap when you take her on a date. And that's why you need to know where you're taking her. You need to take her where your pockets, whatever she orders, you're gonna be fine with it. So don't take her to a 5-star restaurant if you know that you only have $100 to spend for the both of you. Because then you're gonna make remark, oh, that's expensive what you're ordering. Ooh. Why you took me here if you feel like it's expensive? Stop. So date between your means. That's what you need to do. So you don't come off as cheap, because maybe you're not cheap. You just don't get bread like that. And I get it. But don't put yourself in that situation where she's going to think you're cheap. And also nowadays, I don't know. I feel like nowadays there is more and more women who have money. So they think I'm a splurge on you maybe, but yet you're here acting a little cheap over there. It's women want, I'm not gonna lie, women do want money because they want security. I mean, some women go overboard with that, don't get me wrong, but women want security. So if they feel like, ooh, it's cheap, ooh, we might be broke, because you being cheap is gonna translate that you might be broke. And now she's like, I'm not interested in dealing with a broke dude. Number two, calling women bitches. Obviously you're not calling me a bitch, because what are you doing? That would be crazy. But I'm referring to, you see a group of girls and maybe they're looking a little sluttish or whatever, and you're like, look at them bitches over there. Not a good look. For a man to call other women bitches, period, even if they are bitches, they're not a good look. Also, if you just see them over there, you don't know them, but you're already saying bitches, you kind of come off as judgmental, and it's going to make me feel like if me and you don't work out, you're going to call me a bitch. I don't know. It just don't sit well with women. You know, I know you're going to be like, well, you guys be calling each other bitches and that. Yes, I get it. But you're a man. You cannot call women bitches like that. Sorry. This is not the word for you. To women, it's going to register as you hate women. You have a lack of respect for women. And therefore, you're going to have a lack of respect for her at some point. Number 3, you're focusing on sex. Stop. If you're handsome, if you smell good, if you got a good situation, you made her laugh, the sex is going to come. So making jokes, that's one of my biggest things. Making jokes really early on about how your dick's so big, how you're not going to run from you, how you're going to have to run from it, how this and that, it's not going to work. I think I told you before, I went on a date with a dude, and then we were texting, and then I was joking about his car, and I was like, oh, your car is not big enough. And then it was a joke. And then he says, well, my dick is. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck about your dick. We're making a joke. I mean, he can tell me he's making a joke too, but why does the joke has to turn sexual? And I told him right away, I don't like that. And then he kept on going. And I was like, ew. And I mean, that's sexual joke, so that might be a little different. But you also just focusing on trying to fuck, we're going to sense it. We're going to sense that's all you're into. And we're going to think like, oh, he doesn't really like me. He doesn't care about my personality. And that might be, yeah, you might not care about her personality. But if you want to fuck, sometimes you got to play a little bit. So you need to relax on the sex. It's going to happen. Chill. Number 4, being too easy to please. I know you're going to be like, well, why is that a problem? It's a problem because a lot of women want you to have a backbone. So how it's going to express itself, it's, okay, what do you want to do? And you're like, oh, whatever you like. Oh, do you like this? Oh, yeah, I like whatever you like. Oh, can we do this? Oh, yeah, anything for you. Like, you're a little too easy. Also, you're going to come off as kind of thirsty, no personality. I'm going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with him? I'm telling you, you might think, oh, it's good. I agree with everything. No, women actually want that tension, and that might be a little toxic, but they want to know that if you have an opinion, you're going to say it. And right now, with being too easy going with the flow and everything, like so fluid, they're like, yeah, I think he's scared of me. I think he don't got personality. I think everybody is going to walk all over him, and women obviously do not like that. Don't be a yes man. Women want you to tell them what to do. I know they're going to be like, hell no, I don't want. They do. Trust me. So make sure you have a personality, and make sure it's a little challenging for the women. You got to make it a little spicy. I'm telling you, they want the fun, but they want the tension of like, I might lose him, or he might not like me. Like, they want that. So you being too easygoing goes the opposite way of that. Number 5, why she lost interest? Because you're being a stalker, sir. You're being a stalker. When you call me and I didn't pick up, and you keep on calling and calling and calling and calling and calling, there's something wrong with you. Why you feel the need to call so much? Just wait until she responds, because either she's busy, that's why she hasn't responded, or now you freaked her out because you called too many times, and now you're blocked because you're a menace to society. So menace, that's how you guys say it, menace to society. So just chill. You can call her once, you can text her once, but wait until she responds, because you're looking a little too creepy for us. Or you show up and invited at my house. Like, are you insane? No, I don't want to talk to you anymore, sir. Number 6, being too possessive too soon. So we just met, and you're already telling me you want to marry me. I'm the only woman in your life, and you just want to grab me, which you would think is cool, because you're like, okay, maybe you would think the woman realizes, okay, she's so amazing, and you've never seen greatness like this in a woman, that you're like, I want her, that's it, grabbing her, we're going home. You wish we would understand it like this, but that's not how it's going to translate to women. To women, it's going to be like, okay, you have no options. You're thirsty. You make me decent enough, and now you just want me because you don't got any other bitches. That is how it's coming across in women's mind. So that's why you need to play it cool. Even if in your mind you're like, oh my God, I think this is it. I think she's mine. That's my wife. You can think that. You just cannot act like it just yet. Because women want to think that you have other options. Women want to think that there is a little competition. Women want to think that they got to prove themselves to you. So relax. Even if you know she's it for you, relax. Number 7, playing games. If the woman is really looking for her husband or for something serious, once she sees that you're playing games, she's going to feel like you're wasting her time. You're wasting your time too. She's cool. She's going to be like, I'm okay. Number 8, complaining about your ex. So, sir, I do not give a fuck about your ex. And most of the time, you shouldn't really talk about your ex. I understand it could be a situation where we're in deep conversation and we're going to talk about something that went wrong in your past relationship. And that's why now maybe it's a trigger for you. You know, something that somebody did triggers you now. The fact that you're talking about your ex and we're brand new, I'm going to think that first off, you don't take any accountability. She was the only one that was wrong in that relationship. And 2, I'm going to think maybe you still want her. Because why you keep on talking to me about the bitch when it's me and you right now? Also, third thing I might think is that if me and you go wrong, you're going to complain about me to other people later on. I don't want that. I'm cool. Number 9, calling her out. So, you know, I do not condone that because I want you to call bitches out. But if you're trying to understand why she's not calling you back, it's because maybe you call her out and women are not so good with accountability and you pointing out what they did wrong, you know. So that might be why she's not calling you back. And you know me, I don't condone that. But if you want to see her again, if you're still interested, you might not want to call her out on some stuff. So you might, in the beginning, let some shit slide, so you can get her to like you a little more or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like you should call her out every fucking time. But if you're wondering why she's not calling you back, it's maybe because you called her out. That's just one of the explanations. Number 10, telling her what to wear. So, yeah, you don't want to do that. If you think that she dresses too sexy for you, maybe she's not the right person for you. That's how it's gonna work. Because if she likes to wear provocative clothes, because that's her identity, that's how she wants to express herself, or she's just a slut, whichever the case is, you complaining about it, she's gonna be like, oh, you can't handle a bitch like me, or you're gonna come off controlling. You don't want to be that guy. So, but yeah, maybe you say something about what she was wearing and she was like, how dare you? Number 11, talking shit about her friends. So this is a touchy subject because she comes to you to talk shit about the friends. But then if you agree with her and you start calling the friends names and shit like that, she's going to be like, well, but they are my friends. That is a reflection of me because I'm choosing them too. So that's a weird thing. I would say stay away from talking shit about her friends. You can listen, but don't really engage like that. Number 12, you are suffocating her in public. So not everybody is into PDA. You know, the kissing, the grabbing booties, grabbing hands, you know, not everybody is into that. And you might have freaked her out. You know, that's not who she is. And she likes to do this behind closed doors. Number 13, being high all the time. So I have the perfect example. I met this dude on a dating app, and first time I met him, he was high. His personality was very, very mellow, very calm and quiet, and that's not really the type of personality that I like for me to be with somebody. So it didn't work out for me. I never called him back. He never called me back either, so maybe he didn't like me either. But then 2 years later, I posted something on Instagram and he saw I was close to his house. He was like, oh, you're down the street, like, let's hang out. And I was like, I don't have time. But eventually we hung out later on. And I was like, who is this? This motherfucker was a complete different person. And he told me, yeah, I just stopped smoking. So this motherfucker was hyper, was funny, was very talkative, like my type of people pretty much. And I dated him for years. For years. And the highness took all that away from him. And I was like, I don't like it. And then, I don't like the smoke. I don't like all that shit. But you being high makes me feel like you're not fully present. And a lot of women are like this too. They feel like you're high. And you kind of show, I don't want to say that, but I think it changes your personality. And you're probably more chill. And I don't know. I don't want to say smokers are lazy, but there's this stigma. If you smoke a lot, you're probably lazy a lot. I don't know if we say that, but yeah. So maybe you were high. So she was like, I'm good. Number 14, which kind of go with the high thing, because in our mind, we think somebody who is high all the time probably lacks ambition. A lack of ambition is really big for women because, we want to jump on that train that you're going to, and that you're going to have a lot of fun, and that you're going to accomplish a lot of shit, and that you're going to make a lot of money. That's pretty much a train most women want to get on. So you being complacent in where you are, and let's say you're broke and you're complacent, yeah, she's going to be like, I'm cool. Number 15, not being yourself. So if I see that you actually sent me your representative, I'm going to be like, okay, first off, he's not going to keep up with the representative. So I cannot like the representative because he's going to show himself at some point. His real self is going to come out. And then it's kind of like, you don't like yourself, or you don't feel that your regular self could get me and that I would actually like you for how you really are. So to me, it's yeah. If you can't be yourself, I don't want you. Then number 16, you only fuck for yourself. So pretty much, you do not care about my pleasure. You only care about yours. You're in the mindset, oh, she gets some dick, she's cool. Like, she's fine. No, sir, I'm not fine. You're going to have to help me out a little bit. Men who don't do foreplay, who don't do nothing, they just stick it in and hopefully you be happy. Well, if I feel like pretty much you're just using me for my whole, I'm going to think that you don't care about my well-being. I know it goes far. You don't care about my well-being. You don't really like me. You only see me as a sexual object. And for us, we don't like that. We want you to like us for our personality. We want you to care and make sure that we're having as much of a good time as you are, as you're having. So if you cannot think of us when we're having sex, most likely it's not going to be a good experience for us. And you're gonna stick it in. I wasn't ready. It's gonna hurt. I'm gonna think you're a horrible lover, and I'm not gonna want to have sex with you again. So I'm probably not gonna call you back, especially if we do it 1 time, 2 times, 30 times, and it's still the same way. I'm like, oh, you're just fucking selfish. You don't give a fuck about me. And also, I'm telling you, just a little trick. The better you are in bed, the more you satisfy her, the more she comes with you, the more bullshit she will take from you. So then you try to be a good lover so you don't have to be that perfect man. A dude that knows what to do with his dick will go far. Far! All right, so that's what I have for you guys. So if you were wondering why the bitch is not calling you anymore, why you don't get second dates, why she don't like you, you're probably doing this. She's seeing all those behaviors and she's running. And sometimes as women, we only need one. If it's one that's really like dear to us, you only need one and you're out of here. That's all I'm saying. So that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you want to go, grab the book. Also, just make sure you like, share, comment. I sound like a real YouTuber, which I don't like. But, I took a little break. So to put me back in the algorithm, please, just like the video. All right, well, I appreciate y'all. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're still working on yourself, making sure you're better for yourself first, and then watch how those little women are gonna come your way and be like, I want you now, please take me, and beg for you. All right, that's all I got. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.